You're listening to the Open Books Podcast.
Your next chapter starts now.
Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is it love, 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 love that I'm feeling? Is she the one?
Welcome back to the Open Books Podcast, and today we're ready to plunge into the page-turner, the thriller that is The Perfect Child. I'm Amber.
I'm Colby. I love the introduction to that book.
Thank you.
It is a page turner. So I'm excited to talk about this one.
Me too, and it's been a hot minute
Yeah,
since we sat down together.
Like 2 weeks. Yeah, I think we're like a week behind.
Yeah, it feels like so much longer, though.
It does, but I think we're just a week behind, but it's so crazy. Every time I read a book, if I don't talk about it like literally the next day, I'm like, what did I read?
Yeah, it's
I don't
gone.
remember.
So all the information, gone.
Gone, pecan. But that's why we have the summary.
Oh, I know.
We're gonna bring it back
I was
together.
thinking about that because I
Mhm.
was, preparing for tonight or today, and I'm like, wait, who were the characters?
I
And then I
know.
remember you do the summary. I'm like, oh, this
Yeah.
shit's about to come back to me real quick.
And it
so.
all does come back for the summary, but like it could be the best book I've ever read. And
Ever.
then 2 days later, I'm like, okay, what happened in that book?
I know. That was
the
me
im-
reflecting on the book today. I'm like,
hmm That's the
Ooh.
importance of writing gist. That's what I always tell my kids. You have
That
to
is
take
the
notes on what you've read,
importance.
or else you're gonna forget.
duh. The whole concept of the gist.
Teachers get it.
So you don't have to reread the entire thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Read your gist statements.
Gists are beautiful. Okay, so like we said, we're like a week behind, so this is going to be a bit of a long one because we have a lot to catch up on, and the summary is kind of long because the book is kind of long, and it's going to be a very interesting conversation. So
It
before we
is.
get into the book, we have a couple things to catch up on.
Just a couple.
Just a few. So
Just a few.
I'll try to remember to put a timestamp for anybody who doesn't want to hear the chit chat, but you should probably stay for the chit chat.
I mean, it's just so fun.
Yeah,
we
we-
should stay.
You should. So first, should we do a recap? Like, what have you
Yeah,
been doing
let's-
these last like 2 weeks?
Okay, so I am in my season of rest. That's how I can best describe my life right now. I'm just in a season of rest,
I love that.
prioritizing self-care,
Mm-hmm.
even when it gets difficult, and just trying to like find a routine that sticks. But like as far as rest goes, like real rest, because I find myself wanting to, okay, even though I'm like sitting on the couch, I'm still trying to work
Yes.
and like
Mhm.
feeling good with being full on watching TV, letting the brain rest.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so hard for me to do, but I'm really trying to do that. And this is something I feel like we always talk about, is just like setting those boundaries and
Yeah.
not feeling bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think as I'm getting older, that whole like FOMO, like I just like I don't feel it anymore.
Me either.
I just don't.
No, I really don't. It takes a lot for me to feel it.
Yes.
I actually get more anxious like being somewhere, like and not prioritizing my
100
rest.
Yes, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing's like, if you want to go, go. That's
Yes.
wonderful for you.
Please.
Please go. Go have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Me?
I'm
And-
gonna relax.
One thing about me, I'm going to relax.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything.
I love that so much. I feel the exact same way. One thing that I was thinking as you were saying all this is how
Mhm.
much I have really stepped back from drinking. And like I know this is
Me
like a little
too.
separate. You too.
Yes.
But I feel like it has changed the way I actually rest because for me now, drinking takes 2 weeks from my life. Genuinely, like that sounds
To get back to
crazy.
normal.
Yeah, I know. One
I
night
don't
of
want to
it.
be out that, like, I don't want to be out of life recovering that life. It's just not worth it.
It's so not worth it. And the anxiety that comes with drinking, so not worth it.
Not
Even
worth
if
it.
not a single thing happened that was weird or freaky or bad, it's still just like that feeling of
I know.
just the
Wait,
anxiety that I just can't.
I have to send you this girl on TikTok. She
Yes.
just posted, so I don't know. This whole thing is like Sober October right now.
I love that.
It's like a big, I mean, I think it's always kind of been a thing, but I see it on
I've
TikTok
never
a lot.
heard it. I've never heard it. So
I'll send it to you after we're done the episode.
Mhm.
But she shares all of these different type of like non-alcoholic type
Yes.
of drinks, and there's so many.
Well, that's the thing too. I still love a beverage, like something to sip on.
Yes.
So that's what she gives, like alternatives, kind of.
Yeah, and like you still make a beverage.
Mm-hmm.
So like you still get that feeling, if you're like hanging out,
Yeah.
mingling,
Yes.
you still have your drink, which I think is brilliant.
So brilliant.
So I don't know. I'm really with that.
I love that.
and just like not feeling bad for putting myself first, my family, my husband, and just being like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the main.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of like comes second to that. Also, I went to a overcoming overwhelm class,
Yes.
which
And it was in person, right?
it was in person.
Okay.
It was actually at Move Studio in Metairie.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine that I used to dance with, it's her studio. Her and her husband own it. It's like part of it's CrossFit, part of it's a dance studio.
Okay.
And she offers like these drop-in dance classes, which is really cool. Well, my old dance coach, Ashley Deaton,
Mm-hmm.
she used to be the Pelicans dance team coach. She was the coach for the Saints and Saints-ations.
Sensations.
Saints-ations. I know it made it. I just made it sound like she was like coaching the football team.
She's like, get on field, boys.
She coached Saints-ations. Well, now she is a life coach, and
That's
she's
so cool.
she's absolutely brilliant. And
Mhm.
a lot of the beliefs that she has, like I have adopted as my core beliefs, like in the last like 3 years.
Mhm.
Basically, like if you want to change your life, you have to change your identity,
Yes.
and you can, and you shift the way you view yourself, and ultimately, change your life.
Yeah.
Anyway, she offered this overcoming overwhelm class, and we did a bunch of guided meditations. She gave you like 10 practical ways to kind of deal with feeling overwhelmed, things you can do in the moment. The one thing that has stuck with me, and this is something I've been dying to tell you
I
about,
can't wait.
dying to tell you about.
Like it's stuck with you.
It stuck with me. And
Okay.
y'all, every single day, I'm like, Colby, I cannot wait to tell you about this. I cannot wait to tell you about this. It was, just realized I have my phone in my lap. Like, what am I doing?
Get out of there.
Get out of here. It was a guided meditation. So she had us lay down, close our eyes,
Mhm.
and get ready for this meditation. So I'm all like, this is great. Like, music's vibing. It's like the frequencies.
Yes.
So I lay down, close my eyes, hands are open, palms up for receiving. Like, I am ready,
Yeah. Like fully embracing it.
fully embracing it. But
Mhm.
like, if you know me, I am all
Yeah. You do that.
with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I try. She starts. I'm not kidding, Colby. Like, okay. I just keep staring at Colby right now because I'm like, it gets so intense. So Ashley's guiding the meditation.
Okay.
Okay. So she says, you have to envision it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get on a boat in the river. So immediately I am picturing the Mississippi River, like
right.
getting on
Of
a
course.
steamboat.
Right.
And she said, like, okay, you're boarding the boat. The captain says, like, we're ready to depart.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going down the river and you're just looking off to the sides, envision what you see. I see New Orleans because
Mhm.
that's like where my brain went first. From there, she said that the captain tells you this is not a regular river. This is the river of time.
Mm.
So as you're going down this river, 5 years have passed. You keep going, you're looking like, are things changing?
Mhm.
10 years have passed. Keep going, keep going.
I have chills.
15 years have passed.
Okay.
20 years have passed, and the boat stops. And you get off the boat, and you walk up to a house. And, like, obviously she's like, what does the house look like? These are things to be
Mm-hmm.
looking at. Someone answers the door. Who is it that answers the door?
So
What
who'd
does
you
she
think?
say to you? I'm going to get to it.
Okay.
A woman answers the door. She invites you in.
Okay.
You sit on the couch. She hands you something. What does she hand you? So, like, this is all you envisioning
Mm-hmm.
these items, right? She leans in. She whispers to you. You ask her questions that you want to know. And then the captain calls and it's time for you to go back. So she walks you to the door, sends you on the way,
Mm-hmm.
and you travel back on the river of time back to, like, present day.
Okay.
The woman all along was, like, yourself.
Uh-huh. Ugh.
So, like, you meet your future self.
Oh my God.
But it was so real. Like, I could cry right now thinking about it
It's
because,
so freaky.
like, every single woman that was in the workshop
Yeah.
was crying.
Oh my God.
So you come back from the meditation and you just journal or write down, like,
everything you thought.
everything that she told you, everything It was unbelievable.
Like a real awakening type of moment.
It really was.
Oh my God.
And one of
I
the
want to
things,
do it.
it was
I've never done anything like that.
crazy. One of the things I wrote down was she gives the best hugs. It was me
Aw,
hugging myself.
That's
I
so
was
sweet.
I was 50 years old.
Oh my God. This sounds like a movie kind of.
50 years old. And I walked
It makes you really like want to take care of yourself too. You just said she gives the best hugs. Like you need to take care of you.
yeah.
Wow. Holy shit. That's like that's some profound stuff right there.
It was crazy. And Millie was there,
Mhm.
Angela was there, and we
Yes.
all had different like experiences, but we were all crying.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was just picturing myself doing it as when you said there's a woman there and she opens the door. I literally thought of my mom. I was like,
Yes.
it's my mom, obviously.
Well, that's the other thing.
hmm
One of the prompts that Ashley said
hmm
during the meditation was ask her what should you call her?
hmm
And she said mom. And I remember being like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then she was like, you can call me Hope. And then when you come out of the meditation, Ashley's like, it was you.
What?
You met your future self. And I'm like, she wanted me to call her mom. But another girl in the class said the
thought
same
of
thing.
mom. Yeah. I guess, yeah. Everybody's experience was like so unique to them.
It was. So
Holy shit,
I've
that's
been
so-
dying to tell you about that.
Is she doing those again?
Yes,
Where
actually.
can I do that?
So she offers so many different types of classes. It's all on her website.
Yeah.
Her company is Soul Work,
Soul work. Okay.
and work is WERK.
Mhm.
Soul Work. I highly recommend.
Yeah, I've literally never done anything like
Highly
that. No,
recommend.
and I'm not big. Like I haven't been on like actually taking self-help. Like seriously, like as far as like doing research and reading books
Mhm.
and things like that, or like doing meditations. Like I really want to do that. I really want to get into that. I know it's so helpful.
It is, and I can we could do a whole nother episode on that.
Yes,
but-
we've mentioned that before, and you do need to do that. Like you need to come
There's
up with
so
all of the things that
much.
you do and like find really like profound.
And it's even
And
like just
share it.
experimenting with it, like just
Yeah.
trying it.
Yeah.
Because it is, I mean, creating a new routine and, you
Yeah.
know, it's hard, especially staying consistent. And sometimes life is so busy. It's like,
Right. You can't.
did I
all the
meditate
time.
today? Like,
Right.
let's
Did I
be
journal?
real, right? It feels good when you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
even
would love-
journaling something as little as that, it can be
Yep.
literally life changing.
It changes your whole day.
I know.
I'm not kidding.
I
So,
know.
I would love to do an episode on that. We could talk about it.
Holy shit, Amber, that was like so intense.
Sorry
I
for
loved
that
it.
intense recap, but I've been dying to talk about it.
No, I love it, and that's what's so funny about us too. Every day, I'm like, oh, I need to tell you something. Never mind, I'm gonna hold on to it for the podcast because we want to get
That
like
is the
real.
hardest part of this.
It is because we want to get like real life reactions.
I know, and
like,
I see you every single day, and I'm like,
I know.
I cannot tell her
I know. I'm like, I really want to tell you this.
what I want to tell her.
That's amazing. I'm so happy you went through that and like
So
you did that.
It
That's
was
really
It
cool.
was
Yeah.
life
The
changing.
real deal.
It was the real deal.
Have you ever had like your fortune read or anything like that, or like
have.
palms read or anything like that? I've
I
never
have.
done that either. That just kind of made me think of like I've thought about doing that too. This kind of scares me though sometimes to think about that.
Yeah, I had one done. I've had it done twice.
Okay.
The first one, the lady told me, I want to say Brooke did it too. We were together. We went in separately, and when we came out, we were like, "What'd she tell you?" And she told us the exact same thing.
Oh,
I was
see, it's
told
like,
I was going to own a tanning salon.
Okay. How long ago was this?
Oh my gosh.
Like
This was-
young? You were younger.
I was like in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is it the fake tan? Cheers.
Cheersy. Sorry.
What has you thinking that? Is it the fake tan?
Is it the orange
Is it
fingers?
is it my orangey glow?
That is so funny. Okay, well that's amazing.
How about you? Enough about me.
Well, wait. What have I been doing? Okay. So last weekend we went to Margaritaville in Biloxi, Mississippi, and it's because we had a family wedding in Bay St. Louis. And so we're like, you know what? Let's just make it like a trip for the kids because we were gonna like have Matt's mom stay with the kids and then drive an hour
Yeah.
back. And I was like, let's just take them with us.
That's the best.
I know, because we've been trying to, or at least me. Matt's always like on board for it, but I know I've been saying this from the beginning, but I've been trying to get better at like doing things with both kids instead of like
Yeah.
being home, like taking them somewhere.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's just do it. Let's go to Margaritaville. So it was really fun. The kids loved it, and Here's what I wanted to tell you that I was holding on to.
I was about to say, I feel like I asked about this trip and it was like, I'll tell you later.
Yes, because you were like, oh, it looks so fun. And it was. Like, don't get me wrong.
It looks so fun. And Margaritaville
Yeah.
is fun.
It
in
is fun,
general.
and it's like perfect for the kids too because they have
Yeah.
like this huge arcade. But I mean, it's so expensive. Like, what we got the room, okay? I am like boo boo the fool, thinking that like everything comes with
Not
the room.
boo-
No, bitch,
Oh.
nothing.
Oh, no.
Nothing.
You get nothing.
Literally the room, the beds, maybe,
Yeah,
maybe
enjoy
some
that.
towels. Yeah, like
Enjoy.
yeah, exactly. We had to pay for everything for the arcade. They got like this cool roller coaster theme park thing. Nope, gotta pay for it. I think like the pool part came with it, but still, it was a money grab. But that's okay. It was still fun, you know. We're for the kids.
That's his life.
That's what credit cards are for.
That's
literally.
what credit.
Literally.
Klarna.
Klarna.
Can I afterpay this?
$40 every 2 weeks. It's fine. Well, so we get to the wedding night and we have Matthew with us, and we always bring his iPad because sometimes he gets overwhelmed in like loud spaces. He needs an
Yeah.
iPad. Like, I'm an iPad mom. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I'm an iPad mom.
Own that shit.
I don't care. It helps. So we
And
bring
if it
the
helps,
iPad.
baby, we all about it.
Everyone is going to benefit from him being on the iPad sometimes. So we had the iPad that he had with him, and so it was time to go home. And Matt was putting him in the car seat, and that was it. Okay, so we're like driving. We're like probably like 15 minutes past where the wedding was, and Matt goes like he does like a, and I was like, what? And he was like, the iPad. So I was just thinking he just forgot it. Like, okay, I was like, okay, we just get somebody to get it.
It was on top of the car.
It was on top of the car. How did you know?
Colby.
So wait, at this point, like my dress is too tight. I'm in the passenger side.
I'm
I have
overstimulated.
Overstimulated. I have a wedgie so
Oh.
far in my head. My contacts are hurting. You know that feeling.
Oh, yeah. It
Where,
feels like sand.
Yes, they're like crusting in my
Yep.
eyeballs.
Oh.
Leo's.
Did you sleep with them in the night before?
No,
Oh, I was
actually.
gonna say that
Because
always
that
happens.
does it. That'll get me too. Leo was screaming his head off in the back seat, and Matt was like, "We have to turn around and go check." So I was like, "Okay." Well, obviously it was
This
nowhere.
is on the way to the wedding.
This was on the way home, so it was like after,
Oh,
like it
got
was
it, got it.
dark, like it was nowhere. Then the iPad doesn't have cellular data, so like it wasn't pinging anywhere.
Right.
Like it has to have Wi-Fi, I guess.
Right.
So it wasn't pinging anywhere, but we turned around anyway. Obviously, we don't see it. Like, it's obviously somewhere in the highway. Like, so we're like, just accepted it. You know, I was like, it is what it is.
Right.
But then the next morning, we got a ping that it was like on the highway around where the area.
How'd you get a ping?
I don't know. So Matt was like, well, I got to go check. So he drives like 30 minutes. I stayed at a hotel with the kids. The ping goes away.
Oh, I was thinking y'all went all the way back home.
No, we
Y'all just
went back to
went back to-
Margaritaville.
Got it.
So we
got
were
it.
like Margaritaville was like 30 minutes from the wedding.
Got
So he
it.
goes back and it's nowhere and like the ping goes away. I'm wondering if like maybe somebody picked it up and like turned it on and connected it to their Wi-Fi for a sec. I don't know. Somebody
Oh, it
probably
was gone.
It was gone.
Damn,
We
that's
never
a
got it back.
shame.
It is a shame because like, damn, I don't want to buy a new iPad. So that's why I have my mom's iPad right here.
Do they have our show notes?
I know. That's what Matt was saying too. He's like, damn, I got my Apple Pay on there. I'm pretty sure he like found a way
Yeah,
to
like
turn-
cancel everything.
To cancel everything. But
Can
it was,
you report it stolen?
yeah.
Or like,
It was such a bummer.
damn.
So you're like, it's such a great trip, but I was like, you don't even know that.
I don't even know.
And then Matthew, when we get home, he's like, where's my iPad? I was like,
um,
about that. And I know he's 4. Like, okay, I know. Like, just tell him about the iPad. But I was like,
Right.
not in the mood for a meltdown.
to deal with, yeah.
So do you know that I just went on Amazon and bought him a Kindle Fire that same day because I was like, I don't have time for this.
The show must go on.
Yeah, so he's got a brand new Kindle Fire.
So,
So-
like, honestly, it worked out.
It really did work out.
So how's the Kindle Fire?
It's cute. It's like, and it's perfect for kids. Honestly, it's way better for him
Right.
because it's only like kids, apps, and games and stuff like
Kindle Fire.
that. Yeah, Amazon kills it with the Kindle.
Amazon kills it, period.
Period. So that was one thing. Wait, that was it. That's all I wanted to tell you about the Margaritaville. Other than that,
That
it was a lovely little trip.
It looked so nice.
It was really nice.
Where was the wedding?
It was at the beach in Bay St. Louis. So I have this like super rich cousin. Shout out to
Tell
them.
me more.
He's so rich. He's got this gorgeous house in Bay St. Louis. Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. It's so beautiful, and like, so that's where his daughter got married.
That's
I know.
Incredible.
And so I have like cousins from all over the place that were at the wedding, and they were telling me that they listened to the podcast. And one of my
Shout out cousins.
shout out cousins. His name is Brett, and he lives. I don't even know. Brett. I'm sorry. I don't know where y'all live, but y'all.
Okay, cousin.
Actually, I do. They move a lot, but he lives in like
that's
New
cool, too.
Jersey. He like is
Oh.
like a manager for hotels in New York and New Jersey and
How
stuff.
cool is that?
I know. And he was like, listen to the podcast.
Okay, wait.
Shout out.
Can Open Books
Come visit
go to New Jersey
on a work trip.
on a work trip?
We'll film a bunch of content.
Because we already know.
Yeah, that's where
like,
we're going to end up.
Literally about to blow up.
Yeah, that's where we're going to end up, probably is New York, because we're going to be at certain studios within New York.
Because
it's going to happen.
Claudia and Jackie are
Yeah.
going to clearly want us on.
Obviously,
their
Toast
show.
News Network. So that's what's going to happen.
Duh.
So
And you heard
Brett-
it here first. So, like, when it happens,
Brett's got us covered.
Brett has us covered. And just know we told y'all that
We
it was
told
going
y'all.
to happen.
We're going to come back to episode 16 and be like, and that's the thing about Brett as well. It always comes back to Brett. He
Always
can
comes
get-
back to Brett.
He can get us little discounts and deals on hotels in New York. So there we go.
So, okay,
It'll
well,
happen. All right.
I'm living for that.
Now that we rambled a bunch.
Good news.
Yes, because we have to talk about good
Oh
news,
my
of course.
God, we have to have good news.
Okay. What is yours?
Yesterday, we went to tea
Oh, that's
for my
lovely.
mama's birthday
That's lovely.
at the Windsor Court.
Ooh.
And, like, I just love the vibes. It's like that.
Sounds immaculate.
Oh my gosh. It's just like not,
Mm-hmm.
it's not your everyday, like everything's modern.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a nice, traditional,
Love that.
like French Parisian type
That's
of.
kind of like my favorite style, actually. Like New Orleans French
Yes.
traditional style.
Yes.
I love that. I've
Me
never been there,
too.
but it sounds amazing.
Oh, we need to go.
So y'all dressed all like cute and had tea.
Yeah. I mean, I had like an average outfit on.
Okay, you weren't wearing like the big hat or anything
No,
like that.
no big hat. I didn't even like wear heels or anything, but
Yeah. Still lovely.
still lovely. Still a good time. Had stretchy pants on.
Oh, I love stretchy pants.
Had to have a good stretchy pants on.
Okay, my good news is that I got Olivia Rodrigo concert tour tickets.
I am so happy for you.
Thank you so much. I was literally in Amber's PLC room after school in the waiting room to get these tickets because my little godchild, Adeline, she is obsessed with Olivia Rodrigo, as am I. I just
Yeah.
love Olivia. I'm such a fan. And I think this is going to make up for not getting Eras Tour tickets. I mean, I know she's no Taylor Swift, but
Right.
same,
But
energy. Yeah.
She is giving the vibes.
She's given the vibes. Like, it's going to be amazing.
What's her what's her newer song right now? I keep listening to it and it's playing on repeat, but I can't.
She's got like 3 from the new album that are like all over TikTok. One of them is the I wanna get him back. I wanna make him.
That one's really cute.
And then
That's not the one I'm thinking of though.
she's so
I
like
would
punk
play it,
rocker
but we-
Avril Lavigne right now.
Yes, I think that's why I like it so much.
Yeah,
Or
I-
like her so much.
I know.
Because we don't have that
No.
currently. At least I mean, not for like a mainstream.
I don't
like-
think there's many like her.
I would
right now.
play the song, but I know that
Well,
gets a little weird.
I know, and like it's literally on the
I
tip
can't
of my
play
tongue.
it.
I'm still learning all of the new album, the guts. But that first album,
gosh.
Sour, that album slaps. It's driver's
Slaps.
license. Come on.
Slays.
And I know that's
Absolutely
like the
slays.
most common song, but it's an amazing fucking
But it's
song.
good. and
It's
you
so
have to
good.
give credit where credit's due.
100%.
And like the little homage to
Yeah.
Paramore.
I know. Good for you. That song.
Yep.
Yeah. That song, when I heard that, I was like, this is Paramore.
Something
So good. Like, I'm
Well,
just going to be.
I'm gonna have to live through you for
Yeah.
that.
Yes, you are.
I really haven't been on my concert game at all. I
No.
have not been going to concerts
Because why is it so hard to get concert tickets?
yeah.
these
What
days?
is up with the fucking queue?
The queue, bitch?
Just let me purchase a ticket, even if it's a nosebleed. Like, let me just purchase the ticket.
Literally, this has never been a thing until like this past year or two.
And it's not a pleasant experience. Like you
No,
were
it's like
on
the
edge.
fucking
That-
Hunger Games.
Yeah, that didn't look like you were enjoying
Oh
your time. Waiting.
Amber's like having important meetings, and I'm in the corner like feral, waiting to get into
I'm like,
this.
Colby, are you okay?
I'm like,
I'm waiting. I'm waiting in line right now.
I'm waiting in line.
It's like, okay.
I was like,
we're
there's
gonna talk about essays.
right. We need to do observations. I'm like, there's 1,800 people ahead of me, but it's fine.
Keep going.
Wait, and so my nanny got off the wait list because she was waitlisted, and she was like, tickets were like 10 times the price. So it actually was like a crazy blessing that I got a code. It's like so hard to get tickets these days.
Yeah.
What is that
I'm
about?
glad you got a code. I think
Yeah.
y'all are going to have a great time.
Yeah,
and
me
you
too.
have to get incredible outfits.
Yeah, we're going to spend the whole shopping day.
Oh, and that's going to be so fun.
I know, with my little godchild.
Oh, I love
So much
it.
fun. Okay, that was it for my good news.
We're going off on tangents, but
Yeah,
I'm kind
we
of here
are.
for it.
Me too. I think it was necessary. Like we said, it all had to be said.
It
There's
has-
much to be said.
There's so much to be said.
Okay, what's next? Because we have a couple more.
I'm not even going to lie. I don't know what you have down in your notes.
It's just TV recaps.
Okay, I was going to say mine says watching. And it's
Perfect.
just a fudge ton of bullet points.
Perfect. And we're once again, we're on the same wavelength.
Once again.
So what should we start with? The Golden Bachelor.
Okay, let's start there.
Okay. Because there's only one episode.
What a show.
What a show. I love it so far.
Okay, same.
And it's only been the first episode.
It's only the first episode. So I have I had developed a hate-hate relationship for the Bachelor franchise.
Yes. Me too. Over the last
It was
couple years.
it was stale.
Mm-hmm.
It was
stale.
dead.
What
Let
was
it
like the
go.
last one that you remember? Like really being invested in? I think mine was Hannah Brown.
Hannah Brown. I did watch Matt James.
Okay, I never did. I didn't watch.
I
Matt
watched
James.
Matt James.
Now I was like kind of invested in the drama that happened after with
Mhm.
Chris Harrison and stuff.
Yes.
But I think Matt James might have been my last like go around.
So, and then we stopped. I say
Mhm.
we because Millie and I used to watch it together.
Yeah.
And then we stopped watching. I was like, okay, I'm kind of like over this. It's the same shit,
Mhm.
the same dates, the same, would assume like planned drama.
Yeah,
Just not here
bunch
for
of
it.
duds. Yeah,
They were brilliant. Whoever
I
came
know.
to the round table meeting was like, I've got it. Golden Bachelor. Bring
Yeah.
out the seniors.
bring out the seniors. Bring them out. Bring them out.
Drum roll, please.
Bring out the most precious gem of a man, P-Jam of a bachelor.
Right?
He's so sweet, so handsome, might I add.
I have a question.
Okay, what is it? Hit me. It's just us.
How do you feel about his like tone of voice, like the way it sounds?
It's odd.
It's very
Yeah,
like
Winnie the Pooh-ish, if you will.
Yes, it's very Winnie the Pooh. He really is precious.
And he's very sweet and
And, like,
kind-hearted.
yes,
Hmm.
but I kept getting hung up.
No, that's so interesting.
And that might
because
make me sound like such a bitch, but
no, it's just your truth.
it's nothing to do with him as a man. 'Cause
No,
he's great.
I thought the same thing about his voice. And there is one thing I wanted to come on here and say, like, for the public record, that if I die before Matt one day, like, he cannot go on to be the Golden Bachelor. I'm
No.
sorry.
No, oh my gosh,
Sorry, like,
it's not happening.
no, and like, I get it. Their love story was beautiful. They're married for like, he was married for like 43 years, has like 2 grown children. They had a lovely life, and I think his wife has been dead for like what, maybe 7 years, he
Yeah.
said. So now he wants a second chance at love. But for me personally, like,
There
Matt,
is no second chance.
no, that's it. We're it for you guys.
You get what you get.
So
Sorry.
get over it. Go get a dog.
Sorry, like
Sorry.
it's not happening.
No, you don't get to go on national TV and date multiple
No,
women.
no,
Like,
no,
I
no,
will
no.
haunt y'all. You and all the women.
don't get to live that life.
No,
I will
no.
haunt her too.
Sorry. I hate to say it.
I'll be the next one out the limo. My
No.
spirit.
Literally. I'm so dead.
No,
Sorry.
but do you know who I am?
And he's like, what the fuck? He's like, sorry, babe. I thought you were gone for good. I didn't think.
Never.
No, it'll never be gone.
Never. Boo.
Sorry.
Boo, bitch.
Jump scare.
I would like go around like pull their hair.
Yank it.
Just like dumb shit to
Give
mess
them like
with
kicks at the back of the ankles.
while they're at the rose ceremony.
Right.
I take the rose out their hair.
That's hilarious.
But I do love that they have actual conversations,
Me too.
like depth
yes.
to conversation.
Well, yeah, they're seasoned.
they
these
are
women.
seasoned, and
They-
they've like lived enough life
Yeah.
to know what they want.
Yes, they
It's
have
so
grandkids,
nice,
and they're like
yes.
they're at the place in their lives where they just like want to be happy. They've like seen it all. They've done it all. So it really is cute. And the women, I know I had texted you earlier when I was watching. I was like, these women are gorgeous.
Drop dead.
Yes, I think
Gorgeous.
the age limit was like between 60 and up.
Yeah, 16 up.
And they are stunning.
Wait, I love how, first of all, they're just like, they showed the clip where it's like, I love your earrings. I
Yeah.
love your dress. Like, they're so
Sweet to each other.
complimentary. Yes.
Yes.
But
They don't
the
have time
one
for that girl shit.
The one, I say girl, the one woman,
Yeah.
I can't remember who it is, but she gets out the limo and all the other ladies were like, she can't be older than 60.
Oh, yeah.
She was like a fresh 61.
Right. That's all they could say. She
Right.
can't be older than
She
60.
cannot be over 60.
But I mean, they got like voluptuous silver hair,
they are
beautiful.
all I
I was about to
beautiful what?
objectify them. I was going to say
Beautiful what?
beautiful, saggy, but also perky breasts. It was just like stunning.
Breasts.
Not to objectify 60-year-olds, but I mean, they deserve all the glory. They were
They
so
look-
gorgeous.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
And they're all so nice.
Yeah, I loved it.
Who do you have any like
Yes.
standouts?
I think I had two. Edith was my first one because she was the first one that came at the limo, and I just thought she was stunning.
She was glowing.
Yes, she was.
Oh, and she had the gold dress.
Yes, the
with
gold
the little,
dress.
confetti poppers.
Yes.
I thought that was cute.
And her body, like their bodies, I'm like, these women.
baby
I want to look like them when I'm.
banging.
Yes.
Me too.
So Edith, okay, I'm like not sure how I feel yet about Teresa. She's the one whose birthday that it
Teresa.
was. She was like they kissed. They shared a kiss with the cupcake.
Yes. I'm trying to picture her face.
So
I'm on
pull her up.
entertainment.
Yes, pull up ET tonight or whatever.
is?
Teresa, she had the cupcake. I think she's actually the last one because I used that same website earlier.
Oh.
But she had the cupcake, and he was like smooth. He was like, "If I take a bite of this, will you be able to help me clean it up?"
My grandson says I have Riz.
Yeah, that was so cute. He said his grandson
Okay,
said he has
Teresa.
Riz. I don't know. I couldn't figure her out. There was something about her that was throwing me off. You too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's how I felt about her.
Yeah, I don't know. Teresa, I don't know what she's giving.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
It's not, whatever
Maybe-
it is, it's not for me.
I agree. We will come back to this too, y'all, because
This is going to be a
this is gonna.
weekly thing.
Oh yeah, we plan on recapping it. We might even do like full episodes dedicated to the Golden Bachelor.
We might. And
because it's necessary.
Oh.
It's so cute.
did you know Patty?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know who she is?
That she was Matt James's
Matt-
mom. I didn't know it, but
Yes.
she casually threw it in when they went to meet. When she, it was like her limo entrance, and she was like, "I think this works because my son was Matt James, the Bachelor." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh wow."
Yeah, I was
Well,
like,
poor thing, she got sent home night one.
I know. I mean, some things just aren't meant to be.
Sorry, Patty. You
Sorry,
weren't
Patty.
the one.
You're not the one, but
We're-
like, at least you showed, like, you got on.
She threw herself
I wonder
out there.
how.
Right. Right.
Um,
She's got insider
think-
scoops.
Yeah, I think she had some pull.
Okay, who's your faves? Like your standouts?
Okay, my hello, where'd they go? I really like Leslie.
I think I know who you're talking about. She's like fit.
She's fit.
Yeah.
She was a dancer.
Yes, yeah, I
And
liked
dated
her a lot
Prince.
too. Oh yeah, she was so cool.
I was like, wait, bitch, you're cool as fuck.
Yeah, she was like Prince wrote a song about me, so
Like, so casual. I'm like, hey, you're cool.
yeah, I liked her too.
Um,
She stood out to me too.
Aunt Chippy. I know she was there for like comedic effect, but
It worked.
I wish she stayed the whole time.
Yeah, her commentary would be really funny.
She's funny. Who was the one? I think it might have been Natasha.
Oh yeah,
When
she
they were
was
like
so
screaming.
sweet. And what'd she say?
No, I don't know. They were like sitting together and they just started screaming. Like, ah.
Oh yeah, that was her. That was her.
I don't know. Just funny.
Yeah, a lot of them were just funny and sweet.
But they're all so beautiful that it's like,
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have a fun journey with this one. I
Oh,
can't
for
wait to see
sure.
like what actually happens.
yeah. Edith was sweet. I do like Edith as
Yeah.
well.
She's
She
so-
just made the cut. She's only 60.
Wow, she's gorgeous. She looks like
She's a
someone's beautiful grandmother.
retired realtor.
Fabulous. She gives fabulous energy.
And she's
But-
redoing her backyard. That's her fun fact.
I love that.
Like, that's
Everyone loves to
so
do that.
innocent.
Okay, the next thing that I watched was Sex Education, and you said you didn't watch it,
No.
or have you ever watched any of it?
I haven't, but
It sounds
I have a funny story about it.
okay. What? Tell me.
So my mom,
Uh huh.
like, will bring her iPad when she, like, takes a shower or whatever. I do the same thing. Like, I just, like, watch stuff while I take a shower or something,
Yes.
whatever, if I don't have a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever show she was watching, Sex Education started.
Oh,
And she
no.
said that she was like, washing her hair, and she just started hearing like sex sounds, and she was
Yes.
like, "Oh my gosh!" And if you know,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, she was like, "What is?" She's like, "I'm in the bathroom with the iPad, moan screaming."
Oh my god! And that show,
I was
is
like,
so
"Colby watches
graphic.
it." I was like, "Colby said it's good."
It really is like, okay, it's super graphic though. Like my mom would not probably like watching it. Like
Yeah.
it's weird. It's weird. That's the best way I could put it. It's also like the culture of it is so different because it's like very UK London based. And
I feel like all the UK based or like shows that are filmed in the UK
Mhm, are
are
graphic.
graphic.
They are, but it's very like star studded. Like a couple of the people who were in the show were in the Barbie movie. I found that
I need
out.
to look it up.
So one of the main girls, Maeve, it was in the Barbie movie, and I can't
Hold
remember. Her name
on.
is Emma Mackey, I think. And you saw the Barbie movie. I didn't.
I
But
did see the Barbie
Sex
movie.
Education, it's been on for a couple years, so I've kind of watched
Oh
it
yeah,
throughout the
4
years.
seasons.
Yeah, and I've watched it throughout the years. It's just like a good, fun show to watch. It's kind of like it kind of reminds me of Euphoria without all of like the really dark stuff. But it's like, high school
Yeah.
sex drama stuff.
Mhm.
And then the last season was really good. So shout out to anybody who watches that because I definitely feel like I'm the only person in the world who watches this fucking show.
You're the only person I've heard watching it.
Me too. So let me know if y'all watch that one. Okay, what's next for you?
Okay. I have a lot that I've been watching.
Tell me.
So I watched Elemental, which is a Disney cartoon.
Love that. How'd you end up watching that?
So okay. When I get my nails done,
Mm-hmm.
whenever I go get my nails done, the girl that does my nails always has like Disney Plus on. And
Okay.
I'm like, this is so comforting and so just like calming. Makes you feel like you're a kid again.
That's a great
if
thing to
that
have on in
makes
the
sense.
background of your business. Yeah.
So usually if I'm like, oh, I don't know what to watch, I'll just go to Disney Plus because I'm like, I will literally rewatch a movie from when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
Elemental pops up. I'm like, oh, I want to watch this. I
Had
was
you
so
seen it before?
invested. No, it's new.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Matthew would love it.
Okay.
It's so cute.
Love that.
So I'm watching. I'm so invested. I'm crying. So basically, it's all the elements.
Oh, like fire. Okay.
Water.
They all have like personalities.
Yes. Well, Wade Ripple is one of the main characters, and he cries all the time. And I'm like, now I walk around like
Relatable.
I am Wade Ripple.
I'm gonna start calling you that.
I'm Wade Ripple, Miss Ripple.
Miss Ripple.
But basically, Fire
Mhm.
moves to the city. Oh, I can't remember the city, like Element City or
Okay.
something like that. And they're like trying to make it
It's hard
in
out
this
there
world
for the elements.
because they touch like Earth and it
Aw.
burns up.
Aw, not
So
the elements.
it's just a really cute story.
That is
Of
cute.
like finding out who you're meant to be.
Love
Typical Disney type of plot, but so good.
so cute. Okay, I'm gonna add that to my list.
What you got?
Okay, next I have Love Is Blind season 5.
Oh,
Let's dive in.
please.
So, are you a Love Is Blind girl? Have you watched
Yes.
previous seasons? Me too.
Since season 1.
I did miss the last one, like the one with Kwame. I don't know who that is. I didn't watch that season.
My gosh.
So you
But
did.
this season already
Is more interesting.
is more interesting than that season with Kwame.
Right, because I find this season to be really, really interesting.
This is a really good season.
It's so messy, and like that's what I'm here for. That's why I'm watching the show because it's psychotic.
So I was like deep cleaning my house today,
Yeah.
and I was listening to the audiobook of,
Mhm.
we'll get to that.
Yes.
And when I went like purge my closet, and I was like, oh, Colby said season 5 is pretty good. I'm like, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. Hooked.
Hooked.
What is? These people are not okay.
They're not.
So, did you finish? Like, where are you at?
I am on episode 5.
Okay, so you're getting
like
there.
they're already out.
Into
Like the
real
people that
world?
were like they're out the little like honeymoon
Okay,
suite type of vacation.
got it. I could have went. Like, I feel like some of the pod episodes. I don't think we need 4 episodes.
No,
of
they
them
get
in the
boring.
pod. Yeah, they get boring.
So
like, I
boring.
don't care about like y'all's traumas anymore. Like, just get into the real. I want to see how y'all react when you see each other.
That
Mm-hmm.
is the best part.
Yes.
And then I love the episodes after.
Me too.
But I agree with you. Maybe 2 episodes in the pod.
Yeah, to
'Cause
like
you all can cut some of that shit.
exactly to build them up and like we could see how they react to each other in person because I think that's the whole thing about the show. It's like no, looks do matter. I'm sorry. They do.
I know.
And
You
that's
girl
kind of like the whole end all be all of every season I've ever watched.
kind of starting to feel that way about Sugar Butt.
Sugar butt. Girl, oh my god, you
Sugar-
don't know yet. Okay, I'm not gonna say
No, I don't know, but Sugar Butt's starting to show like
that she's
some of his true colors.
yeah. He is, and it gets worse.
Like Josh sat down for part of an episode and he was like, "Ooh, he ain't into her," and I was
Mm-mm.
like, "Oh my gosh,
I know.
Sugar Butt! I was
Sugar Butt.
rooting for you."
I know. No, JP gets way worse. And
He
like
gets worse.
he gets worse. So we'll have to do a full
I'll
maybe
probably go home and watch it after.
you know what we
this.
should do? A full recap season episode. Like
Okay.
cuz I am a freak who every time I watch something like this, I go on Spotify and I search up podcast episodes of people recapping it because I need to know what other people think.
Other people think, okay, let's do one.
Let's do it. So there's this podcast, The Bachelor. They're like Betches Media, which is like a big podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they have The Bachelor and they recap things like The Bachelor, and so they're doing a recap on Love Is Blind. So I immediately listened. So we should do that because
should.
people want to hear, like, and people want to talk about it.
Yes.
So maybe
Okay,
we
so
should wait
should we
until
save?
then. Yeah, because it's
Yeah, because
and there's
Ooh,
still more to come out.
Uche.
But we can just say that Lydia is like, I think she's not well.
clinically unwell.
I think that she went on the show because she like snooped through Uche's stuff and,
and
like
saw
now
he was gonna be on it.
yeah, I think so too. And the way
Yes.
she befriended Aaliyah,
girl?
Aaliyah,
Aaliyah. Oh my gosh.
is really weird.
Wait, what a solid point.
Yeah,
Because they saw each other that January. She
Yes.
100% snooped
I think she did.
and probably like wrote into the producers like
Yes.
this will make such a good storyline.
It
Because
had
there's
to.
no way.
Mm-mm.
There's just no way.
There's no, and I don't think there's a way that the producers didn't know that they had a relationship previously
Absolutely
either.
not.
Like they knew.
Slimy.
And the way she was like, and I thought it was strange watching her and Aaliyah. I get having like you can connect with people very quick.
I
Look at
agree.
us, like
I-
we easily
literally.
you can meet somebody once or talk to them and be like, oh, we're
Sis-
best friends.
Like,
We're
yeah,
sister
like, where have
soulmates."
we been?
Exactly.
Literally, like soulmates. Where
So-
have you been?
Yes, and so that's kind of how they were acting, like sister soulmates. But no, she
She-
was being weird.
Once you kind of figure out that
Mhm. Zoom out, watch
Once
it
you-
from the other lens.
absolutely, once you step out,
Yeah,
you see
yeah,
she was throwing herself on Aaliyah.
because she
She-
knew. Little nasty.
You little fucking
Little nasty. All right, well, that's coming for y'all, okay?
Yes.
Season 5 full recap of Love Is Blind.
Full recap.
Okay, that was all I watched. So what else do you have?
I watched the live action Little Mermaid.
Oh, I did. I watched that too. It was very
lovely.
cute.
It was cute.
It was
It was
cute.
good.
Yeah.
It was a good little watch.
hmm
The live action Cruella.
I've seen that too.
Also a good watch.
Yeah, I liked
Like
it.
that was actually really good.
hmm
Bride of Chucky.
Oh, that's great. I haven't seen that one in years, but I love
Oh my
Bride
gosh, I
Chucky.
forgot how wild that movie
It's
is.
so crazy.
Like
It's so
the
crazy.
sex scene. I forgot there was a full-on sex scene while they're dolls.
Literal dolls.
I'm like, okay, I forgot
there's,
about this.
like-
Like, it's so weird.
there's like Bride of Chucky core out there. Like people live and die for this.
Yeah.
they do.
I
And
like had to kick off.
Yeah.
You know, that was
kick off your October.
that was my Friday evening.
yeah. I
Bride
love
of
that.
Chucky. The Kardashians. I
Oh,
watched
yeah.
episode 1. We could probably dedicate a whole episode to that.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's all I watched.
Have you ever seen the movie Splice?
Splice.
It's the movie where this couple creates like an alien baby out of, or it's like a monster baby, and then the husband ends up like having sex with the monster.
no.
And then, okay, Amber, you have to watch this movie.
Splice.
Okay, I think it's
Wait.
on Netflix. It was made in like 2009. And I remember seeing this movie like when it came out and I was younger, and it
So
completely
you were in like middle school.
yeah, it traumatized me. But I've been thinking about this movie. I don't know why it's been in
Splice
my
movie.
mind. Yes. If y'all have seen Splice, please, if you were victimized by Splice, let me know. I think you need to watch it, and I think we need to do a recap on it because it just came to my mind. And it's another one that we could do a whole episode
Dren?
on. Yeah, Dren.
Did I just dig up trauma for you?
No, you did. I don't know why that randomly came to my mind, but that needs to be on your content plate. I think it's on Netflix.
It is on Netflix.
Okay, you have to watch it. It's one of those that you're like, what the?
Oh, of course she would look like that.
Yeah, she's like a sexy alien.
She is a sexy alien.
But they like raise her from a baby. Like it's not.
So like
It's really fucked up.
she's got like hands for feet.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all, I know other people have seen this movie, so y'all have to
Please
let us
chime
know.
in.
Please chime in.
I do this thing. I don't know if you do this. Anytime I watch a movie,
hmm
as the movie's happening, kind of like what I'm doing right now,
hmm
I have to look up the full cast.
Oh, yes.
Then I find one person that I fixate on. Then I'm reading like their whole like
Yes.
IMDb
I
or
do
whatever
that
it is.
too.
Like I know all their history, their first movie.
I do that too. And I'm big on going on their Instagrams as well. Like
Yes.
checking them all out.
So now I'll be obsessed with Splice.
Yes. No, you will. It's one of those that I just still think about. Okay, so I think that was it, y'all. That was a lot. We could go on for hours.
2 hour mark.
Yeah.
Jump to the book.
Jump to the book. So are we ready? For
Yeah,
The
I'm
Perfect
ready.
Child?
Yeah, let's do
Okay,
it.
here we go, y'all. So this is The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. First of all, we can just briefly talk about Lucinda Berry because I'm so
she's
happy.
brilliant.
She's brilliant. I'm so happy we found her. This account, Pages of Books, on Instagram that we follow
Yes.
and TikTok.
Shout out to our girl.
Shout out to her because she introduced Lucinda Berry. I kept seeing her posts about her, so I was like, I need to read one of Lucinda's books. And this girl, Paige, always has really great recommendations. So I knew
She does.
she's very much like thriller like us.
I want to hang out with her.
Me too. Paige, if you're listening, hit us
Let's
up.
hang out.
Well, I knew she was going to have a solid recommendation. So I was
Yeah.
like, which Lucinda Berry should we read first? And she said The Perfect Child. So we did. And I'm very glad that we did.
Yeah.
Lucinda gives like Lisa Jewell energy, like very good thriller writer.
She's a excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent storyteller.
Agreed. So this is about her really quick. It says she's a doctor. She's a formal clinical psychologist and a leading researcher in childhood trauma, which is good to know now that she actually has a background in that, given the things that she writes about. Now she spends her days writing full-time, where she uses her clinical experience to blur the line between fiction and nonfiction. So let's talk about this book. Here's a summary,
Let's
y'all.
do it.
Okay, let me take my glasses off so I can get ready for this one.
Oh.
Here we go. So this story is told from 3 different perspectives. We have a happy couple consisting of Hannah and Christopher and their social worker Piper. Hannaford?
Hannaford.
That's their couple name, Hannaford. Hannah and Christopher Bauer are your average loving couple. They have successful careers. Hannah is a nurse and Christopher is a surgeon. The only thing that's missing for them is a child. Hannah and Christopher had been struggling with infertility for years. They both wanted to be parents, but Hannah especially longed for a child. It ate her up inside that she was unable to have kids, even after years of trying. At this point, they were both almost accepting their fate as a childless couple, since they were in their early 40s. Though their infertility put a damper on their happiness, it seems like their relationship remained pretty solid. Everything changed for the Bowers, though, when a toddler shows up to the hospital where they both worked. It wasn't just any toddler, though. This toddler's name was Janie, and she was a terrifying sight to see. Janie was just skin and bones, covered in bruises and scars. She was extremely malnourished and very obviously neglected. She had blonde, straggly hair and pale blue eyes. She looked as if she had been tied up and given the bare minimum to stay alive. Janie was found abandoned in a parking lot with no parent in sight. She was so tiny it looked like you could break her if you squeezed her too hard. Janie had everyone's attention immediately. Everyone wanted to help her, and everyone's hearts broke at the sight of such a small person who was so clearly mistreated. After some police investigation, we find out that Janie's mother was found in a trailer with her throat sliced. She was murdered, and at that same trailer there was a closet that showed proof that Janie had been living tied up inside of it. So Piper, the social worker in Janie's case, gives her point of view in the story as she sits with the investigators. The investigation is of Hannah and Christopher Bauer. It is clear that something deadly happened with the family from Piper's present-day point of view. In her interviews with the police, Piper speaks with Christopher and Hannah in very high regard. She speaks of Christopher and Hannah in very high regard. She vouches for them as parents throughout the entire book, claiming that all they ever wanted was the best for Janie. They did the best with the circumstances they were in, and Piper swears to the investigators that the Bowers only had good intentions when they decided to adopt Janie. You see, after Janie was brought to the hospital, Christopher became one of her doctors. He performed surgery on her hands. They developed a relationship very quickly and very intensely. Christopher fell for Janie 100%. Her sad story pulled out his heartstrings, and he became the one person that Janie trusted. Janie, we find out, is actually 6 years old. She was thought to be a toddler because of how neglected she was. Her growth was extremely stumped, and she had the looks and persona of a 3-year-old or so. Janie's bond with Christopher as he visited her in the hospital room developed as he brought her gifts and showed her that not all adults are bad or out to get you. He was gentle with her in a way that came very natural to him. She adored him, always showing him her sweet side, while others at the hospital began to see a very different side to her. So let's get into her more difficult side. Janie had severe breakdowns, screaming at the top of her lungs, throwing her body around, kicking and yelling, sometimes lasting for hours. It seemed like when this happened, the only person who would be able to calm her down was Christopher. He really wanted Hannah to meet Janie because he felt so close to her and her case. So Hannah does go to meet Janie at the hospital one day, and it does not go well. Janie has one of her tantrums, and Christopher calms her down once again. Over time, though, Hannah and Janie began to develop somewhat of a relationship. Hannah feels terrible for the little girl, and she could see how much Janie means to her husband, Christopher. So Piper, the social worker, begins looking for families to foster Janie while the police investigate her mother's case and try to get to the bottom of what happened in the trailer. Christopher and Hannah decided to temporarily foster Janie at their home during this time. The transition was never really smooth for the Bowers or Janie. It's clear that Janie was a very emotionally disturbed child, and she needed a lot of patience and therapy. And the Bowers needed guidance on how to handle her, so they did just that. They brought her to all kinds of therapy appointments and worked closely with the doctors to learn tools on how to manage her mood swings and her tantrums. For a while, they both took leave from work to stay home with her and help her adjust. Throughout this time, there are moments where Janie made their hearts swell with love. They did grow an attachment to her despite all of her issues. Christopher much more than Hannah, though. After a few visits with the families who wanted to potentially adopt Janie, Christopher and Hannah decided that nobody else would really give her the time and attention she needed, so they proceeded to fully adopt her as their own child. Eventually, Christopher had to return back to work, and Hannah stayed at home with Janie. This is where things for the family really take a dark turn. Janie turns her back on Hannah pretty quickly. She starts to ignore her and pretend she isn't there. She slowly grows more and more cruel to Hannah, refusing to acknowledge her existence. Hannah explains what's happening to Christopher, but his denial of Janie's behavior quickly becomes apparent. It isn't much of denial because he knows what she's doing, but he makes excuses for her constantly. Because of her traumatizing past, he allows Janie to act out. Hannah does too until things get darker and darker and harder to ignore. Janie starts doing really off-the-wall things like pooping her pants anywhere and everywhere, smearing her poop all over the walls, screaming for hours on end for seemingly no reason, destroying aisles in the grocery store, staring at them while they sleep, throwing objects at them, refusing to sleep unless Christopher's on the floor next to her, and much more. They finally put Janie in preschool, but she soon gets kicked out for assaulting others and her insulting behavior. She constantly acts out and hurts the other children. Hannah grows irritated with Janie's behavior, but she tries her best to be the mother Janie needs, even if Janie doesn't allow her to be. Christopher remains naive to all of this, letting his adoration for the small little girl cloud his judgment for what she's really doing, despite the therapies and ways in which they try to help her. This really starts to affect Hannah in a negative way. She feels like Christopher is dismissive of how Janie's making her feel, and their relationship gets really rocky. After Janie's caught pinching and physically hurting another child at school, Christopher confronts Janie, to which she tells him, "I like hurting people, do you?" Still, his loyalty to Janie persists. In the midst of the chaos, Hannah becomes pregnant with a baby boy named Cole. At first, Christopher doesn't give Hannah the over-the-moon excitement reaction she desired. He's scared for the pregnancy and how it's going to affect Janie. But after some time, the family becomes happy. Hannah's sister Allison throws her a baby shower. Let's talk about Allison and Hannah really quick. So they're really close sisters, more like best friends. Allison means everything to Hannah. They've always been really close. Hannah always confides in her with everything from her infertility struggles to Janie. Allison has 2 twin boys that are Hannah's nephews, who she also adores. When Hannah falls pregnant, Allison couldn't be happier for her. During the shower, Janie throws one of her uncontrollable fits and screams at Hannah in front of everyone that she's a bad mommy. The Bowers get Janie a kitten in hopes of helping her transition into having an actual brother in the house. Janie names the kitten Blue. Hannah then finds Blue dead in Janie's room one day, to which Janie proudly admits to stabbing and killing her. They continue therapy with Janie, where the doctor, Chandler, is very concerned about her, as kids who hurt animals are at risk of becoming very dangerous. They up the amount of therapy visits Janie has, but her erotic behavior becomes more out of control until baby Cole is born. Hannah finally does get the experience she has longed for so long, giving birth to her child. She was in love with Cole completely, and Christopher was too. But it wasn't long before the cloud of postpartum began to hit Hannah hard, and Janie's behavior didn't help. Cole was a baby who cried nonstop, and he didn't sleep. Hannah spent many sleepless nights awake breastfeeding her baby. Janie never let up on her fits during this time. She continued screaming, crying, refusing food, and making Hannah's life a walking nightmare. Christopher tried to help, but he had to go back to work again to make money. So Janie's behavior grew scarier. She threw a fit because she wanted Hannah's breast milk. She wanted to breastfeed on Hannah. Hannah decided to let her do it and try it, thinking it may heal a part of her inner child. Once Janie latched and started drinking the milk, though, she bit down on her nipple as hard as she could, sending Hannah to the hospital. She bit her so bad that Hannah needed stitches and grew a terrible infection in her breast. She couldn't even feed Cole on that breast for a while, causing her so much pain because it was engorged, and Cole would still be hungry for more. Hannah slowly started to lose her cool in all of this. She became a shell of herself, losing weight and falling into a depression. She falls into postpartum psychosis. She admits later in the book to having scary, intrusive thoughts during this time, such as Cole's head being bashed in. She became genuinely afraid of Janie at this point, writing in her journals that she believed Janie was actually possessed by a demon who wanted to hurt her and baby Cole. Allison let Janie stay over at her house for a few nights to give Hannah a break, but Allison had the same experiences with Janie. She felt so uncomfortable around her and wanted her out, and not around her two boys. Hannah never told Janie about the breastfeeding incident because she was too humiliated, but she had grown somewhat of a hatred towards Janie, who seemed like she was purposely trying to make her life miserable, even at 6 years old. So it's all coming to a head now. One day, Hannah conducted a plan to kill Janie. She wanted to drown her in the bathtub. When she tried it, she slipped and fell while holding Cole, the baby, whose head hit the bathtub and he was badly injured. Hannah called Christopher in a panic, who then rushed Cole to the hospital. This is where the investigation of the Bowers and the social workers with Piper began. It took a while for the police and the hospital social worker to get the story out of Hannah or Janie. Hannah wouldn't talk. She shut down, and the trauma of thinking her and baby Cole died due to his head injury. He was in the hospital in critical condition, but we find out that he did make it, and he was alive. This started an open investigation of child abuse against the Bowers. Janie tells the authorities what happened that day, that Hannah tried to kill her, and that then they had to come and take Cole away from Hannah at the hospital. She starts to freak out, claiming that she will take Cole and jump out of the window if they try to take the baby from her. So they have to sedate her and take her to the mental institution. Janie and Cole are sent to live with Hannah's sister Allison until the investigation is clear and they can go back home with Christopher. Sadly, Janie's reign of terror flows into the home of Allison and her family. She acts out in the same way that she did for the Bowers, so much so that Allison begs Christopher over the phone to take the kids back. She was worried for the safety of her family having Janie in the house. Piper, the social worker, agrees to take the kids, but it was too late. Janie pushed Allison down the stairs and killed her. Janie stood at the top of the stairs watching Allison die, unmoving for 7.5 minutes. Cameras in the house caught this incident, and finally Janie was sent to an institution for mentally ill kids. After this, Hannah really lost her mind. Her hatred for Janie was in full force. We're nearing the end of the book, where Hannah spent a good amount of time in therapy working through this catastrophic event in her life. When she came home, she was happy to be reunited with Cole and Christopher. She seemed to have broken out of her postpartum psychosis, and now the family was reeling from everything that had happened while Janie was away. Piper's interrogation comes to an end, and we find out the truth about her involvement in Janie's life the first few years. Janie was born to her mother named Becky, Janie was born to her mother named Becky, who left her with her mother, Janie's grandmother. Janie's grandmother was in jail, and Piper told Piper that Janie was evil ever since the day she was born. She always had psychopathic tendencies. When Becky came back for Janie one day, her grandmother was happy to give her back. Becky took videos on her phone of Jamie's psychotic behavior as a toddler and a child, and had actually called CPS several times to get help, but she never heard back. Piper was the caseworker assigned to Janie's case, but she never heard of it because her secretary never let it run across her desk. Becky, unable to control Janie, locked her up in a closet in their trailer and neglected her severely, giving her hardly any food or attention. That's when, caught on camera on Becky's phone, Janie sliced her throat, killing her own mother at 6 years old, and that's how she ended up in the parking lot the day she was brought to the hospital. The book ends with a mysterious knock on Christopher and Hannah Bowers' door. There is a sequel to the book that was released. Many people were really mad at the ending of The Perfect Child, and I was too.
Yeah, it was not.
It was not good. It didn't tie anything
no,
up.
I was so disappointed.
But quickly after we found out that there was a sequel, which did answer all the
Yes.
questions. So when I finished that book, I was like, are you kidding me? I read all of that for
Like,
nothing?
Right.
Lucinda. But Lucinda heard
She
everyone's
heard.
cries, and
She
she wrote a
did.
sequel. So we can quickly recap the sequel after we go through
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
discussion questions.
Cool. Let's just.
That was it.
Do you need a sip of
I think, yeah, I'll take a little sip of my drink.
Oh, what are you drinking?
Oh, yes. I forgot to tell you about this earlier, actually. So this is kava juice blend.
Mhm.
I've never had it before. I've never had kava.
No, I haven't had kava too.
It tastes really good. I actually mixed it with like this lemon lime electrolyte, so it would have like a taste.
Oh, so
Smart
it doesn't
move.
have a taste.
It doesn't have a taste. So like I think it would have just tasted like water, kind of,
Yeah.
like with a little hint of whatever it is.
Kava.
Yeah, kava.
I don't know.
So it's supposed to give you like a little loose, carefree feeling, and I feel like it has done that for me so far.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
I like those drinks.
Yeah. What are they
wow.
called?
We had our Amazon favorites.
Yes.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
I'll have to try it.
It's supposed to be like a natural, just like way to give you like a loose feeling.
Let's go. Here for Sober October.
Exactly. It's from a company called Drink Root. They sent us these.
Drink Root.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Check them out. I love it. Drink Root knew that it was Sober October.
They knew.
And they knew we were going to be
And they were
recording
like,
a podcast, and I needed it.
Let's go.
So thank you. I'm going to take a sip.
Shout out. Slurp.
Delicious.
Delicious. You could have did a little ASMR.
With my little click-clacks.
Click-clacks in your sip.
Gulp.
Okay, let's jump into our discussion questions. Number 1.
Oh, no.
In The Perfect Child, the characters face moral dilemmas. How do the choices they make reflect their motivations? And do you feel like that any of the decisions are understandable?
Okay. How do the choices they make reflect their motivations? Well, this makes me think about Christopher's motivations more than anybody because
Mhm.
he was the most frustrating to me. Like, the choices he made and his
Same.
motivations were very confusing to me. I feel like he had, like, white knight syndrome.
Okay, tell me more
Like,
about this.
So that's when someone gets validation from being, like, a savior and, like, someone's white knight.
Oh
Do you feel
my
Does that make sense?
gosh.
Yes, that's how I felt he was about Janie because his wife, Hannah, who he really owed like all the loyalty in the world to,
Yeah.
he just completely dismissed how she was feeling because he only cared about like saving this little girl. Not to say that he didn't actually care about Janie. Obviously, he cared about her a lot.
Yeah, but he really didn't care about how she felt about bringing this child in the house.
Not at all.
I think he thought she wants a child so badly
Mhm.
that she'll be so open to this
Yeah.
child with all this trauma.
Yes.
I guess for a second she was.
Yeah. In the beginning, like she tried really hard.
Yeah, she did.
But it just fell flat because Janie was psychotic. So I think that his motivations, I don't know, were very pure. Like I think he did a lot of it for himself
For
and
sure.
like his validation. And maybe he just wanted to be a father so bad. And like once
Mhm.
he got Janie, who the only thing that confused me too is why was Janie so psychotic but not to Christopher? Maybe it was part of her own little tactics to like keep
I think that was part of like
the
manipulating.
manipulation.
But
Yeah.
she was so young. It's like, how do you even understand manipulation?
I know.
I guess she knew she would just like
Stay in the family if she kept
right,
Christopher on her
kept
side.
Christopher.
Yeah.
But she found joy
Oh, 100%.
and like fucking with
yeah.
Hannah.
Oh, 100%. And Christopher, his denial was so fucking
It was
annoying.
so annoying. I'm like, so
read.
you've been married to this woman for how many years, and you think she's just making this up?
Exactly.
Come
and,
on.
And you see Janie with
Like-
her crazy fits. Like,
Yeah, like,
that's the white knight syndrome, I think. Like, he just liked being her little savior. And, like, the fact that he was the only one that she
so it
would,
was just personal motivation for him.
Mhm. Or she
Yeah.
was the only one that he would calm down for.
Yep. And I feel like Hannah, like
Mm-hmm.
when she finally got to that decision to like kill Janie, do you feel like that's understandable?
100%. I
Because
wanted to
I
drown her,
like-
too.
I know. Oh my gosh,
Especially
did we
when
have
it-
our text? I was like,
Fuck Janie.
fuck this little hoe.
I don't care. Fuck a little 6-year-old. I will kick her so far
Like, I know it's
into
a book.
the future.
I know, and it's like murder's clearly never the answer. But like
Sometimes.
she
Sometimes it is.
like I
She was so
really
insufferable.
she was.
Mhm.
Like thinking about the stuff that she really did, I was like, what?
I know, and it like just kept getting worse. And I
You
think
smearing shit on the walls at 6 years old?
No.
No.
I'm sorry, but I'm not keeping a kid in my house who does that on purpose to be evil.
No.
Like she was evil.
She was evil.
And I think Hannah's decision was justified when she had a child who was in danger. Like you will do anything to protect your kid. Which
Right.
that we'll get into that in
Yes.
the second book because
Yes.
she does do what she has to do to protect her kid. Thank God. But yeah, no, she had a baby to protect, and Hannah was going to literally kill Cole if she didn't.
and like Hannah knew that all along.
not Hannah, Janie was going
Yeah.
to hurt Cole.
Hannah knew
Yeah,
Janie's motivation,
Yeah.
the choice that she wanted to make.
No, when she said she wanted to drown Janie in the tub, I was like, about time, Hannah.
I know. I'm like, it took that long
Come
for you
on.
to want to do that. I'm
Literally.
shocked. But she also was like really struggling hardcore with postpartum.
Yes,
So
yes. Do we have any questions about that? Because that's something I want to bring up is her postpartum.
no, but it kind of like ties in.
Okay,
I'm
towards
trying
the
to
end.
think. Yeah, like number 3.
Okay, well, we'll get there then.
We'll get to number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 2. One of the central conflicts in the book revolves around, obviously, Janie.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about Janie's character?
Hate.
Loathe
entirely. She was the worst.
Awful.
Because
Awful.
and that poses the question of like, can a 6-year-old really be that terrible? But like she was.
She was.
I
Do
don't-
you think she was born bad? Like, do you think a kid can be born bad?
I think so. She had to be, right? Because okay, maybe it's a mix of multiple things. Like
yeah.
neglect.
This is like that nature versus nurture
It
type of
is,
thing.
and that's like the number one question that
yeah.
is the chicken or the egg. Like what
is it?
What is it? Are kids born bad?
I like to believe no.
I know. I'd like to believe that too.
But so much science goes on in the
In the
brain,
brain,
that
right.
if you're not chemically,
It's true.
balanced or wired
Right. Or even if you're dropped a certain way, like
scientifically.
you could be there. Like I found it interesting. I used to watch some documentary, maybe it was Mindhunters, where they like really break down the brains of like serial killers and stuff, and how their brains actually are a different makeup than ours.
Right.
Like it's scientifically something going on in their brain.
Yeah.
So their makeup in their brains are different. So sociopaths, which is what they said Janie was in
Correct.
the book.
Yeah.
Maybe her brain chemicals makeup, I don't know, was fucked up,
Wrong.
was off.
Clearly.
Clearly. Maybe it's also a mix of neglect, but it was like I would have liked maybe a little bit more about
Of her as a baby.
Yes, with her
Yeah,
mom, because
same.
she was 100% neglected and like tied up, but like was it because her mom tried and couldn't get anywhere and no one was listening to her, the system failed to help her?
I know, because I feel like they alluded to that.
They did. Yeah, like the mom tried.
The mom tried, but that's all we got.
Right.
Really.
And clearly the mom was like bad off. Like she did leave her to go do drugs and stuff. So like maybe
Mom
there
had issues too.
right, and maybe there were other things that happened that we just didn't get in the book.
Right.
So let us know. Do y'all think kids can be born bad?
It's such it's going to be an
Yeah.
everlasting question.
Yeah. Yeah. And bad is an interesting word, but like she was bad.
She was evil.
She was
Like, can a child be born evil?
evil, like wants to hurt people. No, I got chills in that one part whenever he was like, why did you do that? Why did you bite the kid at school? And she's like, I like to hurt people, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't, psycho.
Or the cat, Blue.
No.
I wanted to see if he'd bleed. That's how the audiobook
It
sounds.
did sound like that. And I was scared for my life. I was like, no.
Daddy?
One thing that aggravated me a little bit was like, why wasn't she put in like an institution sooner? Like her behavior had definitely warranted her to go into,
And how many times did they say they did the test with the therapist and she checked all the boxes?
Yeah, they were like, she's mentally ill.
See ya. Have a great evening.
Right.
And then I think Hannah took an online one, and then
Yeah.
I think Chris like snuck and did one too. And it's like,
yeah. Maybe that's mental health in America.
so-
It's hard to get the
Okay.
help you need. Maybe that was Lucinda Berry's point. Might be.
I don't think you're wrong.
Might be.
I don't think you're wrong at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I also think having her background, like the
Mhm.
clinical psychology,
Yeah.
I think that's what really brings her characters to life because it's so believable.
Yes.
And like,
And her,
high key, this could be based on like shit she's seen. I would assume.
100%. This story is not out of the realm of possibility at all. Like,
no,
there have definitely been Janies in the real world before. And it
Yes.
is scary.
Oh, I watched. I mean, it really was kind of like a real life Janie.
Uh-huh.
I took a psychology class in college, and we watched like 1 week of classes. We watched this documentary, broke it down like, okay, where
That's
does this
fun.
fall? Textbook, like where does this
Mhm.
fall? And it was like a real life Janie.
Oh, wow.
Wait.
You have to look up you have to try to remember the person's name so we can look that up.
I need to try to find it.
Yeah. That's interesting. This one also,
Hold up. I also feel like the family had to. This is like side note tangent, but I feel like the family had to live in 2 separate places.
wow. I wonder if she took inspiration from it, maybe. If it's a popular case.
Wait, I know now. I'm like, am I blending books with reality? But I'm almost. I have
That
to
is
find
possible,
it.
but you have to find it. This also,
It's a like a old, like
like an old
that-
case.
100%. Like this
Ooh.
is old.
You need to look it up and we could post it for the people so they can
Yes.
look into it.
Now I want to try to find. Yeah, I
'Cause
want to like
it
watch
is very interesting concept.
It is
About like psychotic kids. Because you don't really see it often.
you don't, and it's not really represented in books as like
True. True.
It
and-
is, but like not like this.
And sociopaths, because I was actually reading on sociopaths a little bit because I wanted to find the definition for the podcast.
Yeah.
it seems like a lot of times sociopaths, like their traits or their actions kind of remain dormant until they're a little bit older. And so it is more rare for like kids to act out in that way.
Oh shit.
And also, sociopaths live amongst us because they're really good at just pretending and like masking like they're normal. So that's kind of fucking scary too.
I wonder, like, it's like what the ratio is, like
Mhm.
5 out of 10 or
Right.
one out of
What are the odds?
1 out of
that-
20.
What are the odds that the people we're walking next to in Walmart like are actual sociopaths?
Like
That
there's
kill
at least
animals,
one
killed
in
cats when
Walmart.
they were little.
That's what I'm saying.
Scary.
Like, am I at Winn-Dixie?
yeah.
And it's like 1 out of however many people in the store know are a sociopath?
Honestly, yeah, probably.
That's terrifying.
I know.
It is the world we live in.
Yeah, it is.
Whew. Okay, let's see. Overall, who was your favorite character?
Hannah.
Same.
I loved Hannah.
Hannah was a good, well-developed character.
She was, and,
I
like,
loved her.
Yes, and I related to her a lot, like as
Yes.
a mom and a woman. Lucinda
As a
Berry, I
woman, for
believe, is a
sure.
mother as well. So like
She gets it.
She gets like motherhood and
Yeah.
like how much you love your kids. She also nailed like postpartum and like breastfeeding,
Mm-hmm.
especially the breastfeeding part. About
Okay.
she was just like talking about how hard it can be and like the
Yeah.
struggles, and fucking Hannah was up all night like cracked nipples, crying like.
Yeah.
But she also mentioned how much she loved it, and like especially in her case, it was like the one thing that brought her joy
Yeah.
because it's like the most beautiful
Like-
moment that like you literally can't explain it unless you feel it,
Yeah.
and it's perfect, but it's so hard. Like it's in the beginning, it's so hard.
Yeah.
It hurts. Like
I would imagine.
yes, but once you
It would
get
hurt.
it, and some people never get it, and like and it sucks, and that's just it's part of it, and like
Yeah.
it just doesn't happen for everybody. So if it happens for you, it's amazing. It didn't happen for
That's
me
so
really with
crazy.
my first. Like it was a struggle.
Yeah.
But with Leo, my second, it was amazing, and we did it for 9 months. But there's this one thing that happens when breastfeeding that I know other people know. It's like this hormone that has to be released for the milk to let down because like
Mhm.
if not, you would just be like flowing milk all the time.
Right.
So it's like locked up basically. And like when the baby starts to nurse,
Mm-hmm.
its saliva sends like a signal to your brain, which then sends down like a hormone to release the milk.
The woman
It's crazy.
body is absolutely the most beautiful thing
I know. It's like
ever
astonishing.
created.
It's astonishing. So I did like so much research on it when I was breastfeeding because I'm like, what is this feeling? It's like basically like a faucet. And it's like, you turn the faucet
Yeah.
on and the water comes in. So
What's
it's
it
like
feel like?
so you get this like rush of like the physical feeling is like you literally feel it. Like
You
if
can
you could
feel it
feel the
coming
rush
through?
coming through from like the top of your breast all the way down, and it comes out and then it flows.
Does it hurt?
At first it does, but then you get very used to it, and then no, it's actually like a very relieving feeling. Feels very good. You have to
Wow.
get it out.
Yeah.
But you do get this like when the hormone is released, because hormones are crazy.
Yeah.
You get this like rush and like whomp over your body over like this most existential dread, like
what?
that
Like
you
while it's happening?
while you like I used to know I was about to get a letdown. It was called a letdown
Gotcha.
because I would know that the hormone was released because my whole body would just like it would go into this feeling of like the worst homesick you could ever imagine, like the worst feeling of like your loved one just passed away. That's what it felt like.
Stop
Like I've
it.
never felt anything like it, and it lasts for like 5 seconds, and then once
Wow.
the milk
and it just
comes,
washes over you.
and then the milk goes away. Once the milk comes down, it's fine and it goes away. Okay, there's a name for it. I forgot what it's called, but I was like, am I going crazy? Like I thought I was actually going crazy because I would get that feeling for like 5 seconds right before the milk let
Every
down.
single time.
Every single time, it never failed. But it's called milk reflection something. It's a real name.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
And
look
like
it up.
most women experience it. So like on top of, hormones and all the things, you get that.
Add this.
Add
into the-
that. But then it's like so beautiful after
Right.
you're like so that just made the whole time I'm reading this book, I'm like, I feel for Hannah so much because
Yeah.
postpartum is nuts, and then to have a fucking psychotic child like torturing you in the midst of it,
I
it's
know
no
it. I
wonder she
think-
went into psychosis.
Right. Like you can't blame her.
No, not
And
at
I think-
all.
The author really does a good job at representing women in the book
Yeah, she does.
and crazy ass kids. But like really develops her
yeah,
female
Hannah.
characters.
Hannah as like a parent and a mother.
Yes,
Loved
for
it.
sure. Let's see.
I think we're on 4.
Yes. Okay, so, well, this is kind of the last question
Okay.
because we already touched on it, so I was like, it's kind of the last one, but we already kind of talked about it.
Okay.
The ending of the book leaves room for interpretation.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts on the resolution? Were you satisfied with the way the story concluded, or would you have preferred a different outcome? But I think that kind of leads us into talking about,
Yeah, the second book,
yeah,
the sequel, which is called A Welcome Reunion.
thank God for that book.
Thank God, because did you feel the same way about the ending of The Perfect
Well,
Child?
I was just, yes, I was like,
Why?
because, wait, at the end, don't they, like, come arrest Chris?
Or you don't know if they are. It
Oh,
seems
that's
like
how
they
I
are.
interpreted it. I'm like,
I-
so they just coming to arrest this man?
Right. Exactly.
It makes no. That's
It
how
was
I.
like
That's
the-
how I took it.
Yeah, because it was like the cops and Piper showed up at the door.
Yes.
And it's like, well, what was going to happen next?
Yeah.
That pissed me off because I was like, why did I just read this whole book for literally no resolution? Like,
I
Jamie
know.
was still in the hospital. We didn't know if they were going to
We
get her
knew
back.
nothing.
So the second book is like a novella. It's like very short.
Thank
It's
God.
quick. Took like an
Yeah.
hour to listen to on Audible.
Yeah.
It wrapped everything up in a bow.
It did.
Janie, do you remember what happened in it?
Janie becomes like this. I don't want to say famous author, but like well-known author.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Basically, like
Writes about her experience.
writing about her experiences and her trauma and like how she has healed.
Yes.
She is no longer.
Oh, yeah. Her new name is Hope.
Hope.
Yeah.
She's no longer a sociopath.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and she writes a lot about her experience with the family, the Bowers.
Mhm.
She definitely like plays victim in a lot. She like
The whole time.
She blames them for neglecting her and leaving her. We find out that they were able to like release their parental rights like to the
Yes.
state, so they weren't her parents anymore.
Yeah, they were like, bye, bitch.
Yes, bye,
Which,
bitch.
Like,
Good riddance.
The only smart move Christopher Bauer made
Yes,
throughout this entire
was-
saga.
Oh my God, he was such a baby. Like everything he did
Y'all.
was so annoying to me. I remember Christopher was just such a dumbass.
He was a little, like, I think he wanted to be an alpha, but
Yeah.
he was such a little, like,
such a little baby. Hannah
A
should have
little-
left his ass, like, for real.
you and Baby Cole.
Exactly.
Oh, speaking of Baby Cole.
So, right, so Baby Cole is brought into this next book because he's, like, now, like, 14 years
Yeah.
old. So, Janie gets out of, like, her reformation, wherever she was,
Yeah.
all those years. And she comes for Cole, basically.
Yeah.
Hannah finds out that she had been, like, in contact with Cole on social
For a
media.
long time.
For a long time, basically just manipulating him and weaving his way into her
Yeah.
way into his
And
life.
convincing him that, like, they didn't want her anymore. So, obviously, Baby Cole, who isn't a baby anymore,
But still very
I'll just
young
forever
and
call
naive.
him Baby Cole.
Yes,
Believes Hannah.
right.
So he starts to believe and think, how could my parents be so awful
Mhm.
when she needed them most?
Right.
My parents gave her back to the state.
And he's like, I had a sister this whole time and you kept her from me and we would have been a family and y'all let her go. So then Hannah's like, well, I have to do what I have to do and finally get rid of this bitch because if not, she's going to hurt my son. And
Game on.
And it ain't happening.
Not on my time.
No, so Hannah pretends that she's Cole and
Yep.
reaches out to Janie and says like that she wants to meet in like this alley. So she meets her and she stabs her. She kills her. Piper shows up and Piper's like random this whole time.
Piper is random, but she's such an important character.
She is. That's such a good point. Like she's random but she's profound at the same time.
Yes. Like, how could one character be so
Right.
insignificant but so important at the same time?
It's so true. It's so true. So like Piper gets the job done, right? Because Janie is like dying, but like not enough. So Piper's like, fuck you. And she stabs her again. And Hannah's like, no, I don't want you to take the fall for this. And Piper is like, no, it's my fault all these years ago. If I would have been more diligent at my job and saw her
This
name
would have never happened.
Right. Saw her name come across my desk, it would have never happened. And you guys wouldn't be in this predicament. So that's it. Like, she dies. Hannah does what she has to do. Christopher, of course, is a baby again because Hannah's like, I killed that bitch. And Christopher's like, how could you? I can't even look at you.
Oh my gosh.
How could you do this? And she was like, she was going to hurt our kid. Like, she
Like,
was
wake
psychotic.
up. It's been how many years and
Right.
you still are taking this girl's side?
Right. She was going to literally hurt our
out of
son.
here.
Get out of here. So that's really how it ends. Like, it's tied
Yeah.
up. Thank you, Lucinda. We got
With
the
a
answers
little
we
bow.
needed. Hannah
Thank you.
killed Janie. Janie's done. You're done.
You're done.
You're done.
Speaking of being done,
Yes.
that was
The Perfect Child.
The Perfect Child.
Yes.
We are actually, for our next book, gonna
Yes.
just keep riding this Lucinda Berry train,
Yes.
and we are going to read Saving Noah. We've both already started.
Yes.
We can both tell you
Read it.
it's really good.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna read very quickly
Okay.
what the book's about. We forgive murderers, not pedophiles. Not since Lionel Shriver brought us We Need to Talk About Kevin has a writer delved into the complexities of a disturbed mother-son relationship. Until now. Meet Noah, an honor roll student, award-winning swimmer, and small-town star destined for greatness. There weren't any signs that something was wrong until the day he confesses to molesting little girls during swim team practice. He's sentenced to 18 months in a juvenile sexual rehabilitation center. His mother, Adrian, refuses to turn her back on him despite his horrific crimes. But her husband won't allow Noah back into their lives. In a series of shocking and shattering revelations, Adrian is forced to make the hardest decision of her life. Just how far will she go to protect her son?
Perfect. I can't wait.
It is so...
It's so good.
It's so good.
And so we're listening on Audible.
Oh.
So this is what we have to talk about too,
Yes.
real quick.
Real
before we
quick,
let y'all go.
one more thing.
So I've never really been like an Audible person, but I did with The Perfect Child.
Yes.
I flew through that book so fast. I just feel like with our schedules right now too,
It
Audible is
has-
the game changer.
Yes. Something we were doing with Audible was like also using Kindle.
Mm-hmm. Because it picks up
It
where you
picks
left
up
off.
where you left off, and it's so cool.
Yeah.
But like Colby said, just with our schedules, they're so busy.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that we constantly have to do.
Yeah.
This is the best way to do it.
Yes. It's like
At this
listening
point
to a
in life.
podcast.
Yes.
Listen to it in the car. I listen to it like when I'm doing chores around the
Yep.
house. And I've been flying through books.
And these narrators are good because I think that's key. If you have a shitty
It's key.
narrator,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to get through.
It's
But-
key because I remember we tried Flickr in the dark and the narrator was so bad.
So bad.
And I've never listened to an audiobook since. And then picked up
Same.
Perfect Child and it was really, really good.
Wonderful.
So y'all definitely recommend the Perfect Child audiobook and Saving Noah audiobook.
Saving
They have really
Noah.
good narrators.
Yes.
Y'all have to
Okay.
read these with us, y'all. This one's going to be like another really, really good one.
I can't wait to talk about this one.
Yeah, me too. All right, well, I think that was it after
That's
however,
everything.
however long we just
I don't even know how long this is
rambled.
going to be. But it
Well-
was so nice to be back.
So nice to be back. We'll be back very soon with Saving Noah, and we're going to do mini episodes in between too.
Yes. Sounds
So
good.
don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Open Books Podcast, TikTok, Open Books Podcast. Interact with us there. Leave us a little 5-star review. We're reaching people. As long as y'all keep leaving us little reviews, we'll keep popping up for the
That's
people who
right.
want to listen. We want them
Yes.
here.
We want them with us.
Come join us.
Join the gang.
All right, I think that was it. We'll be back soon. Love y'all so much.
See ya. Love ya.
Bye.